Looking good, baby. I have no wall. Oh, hey Robin, hi Jordi. Today I'm gonna talk to you about why we do things. But first, I want to accomplish Robin's challenge, because I don't know where that's gonna take me.
I'm going to record this in case I get something pretty cool. Nadezhda Tkachenko. Cool, not cool.
I had Nadezhda Tkachenko. She was born in Kremenchuk, that is the Soviet Union, Jordi, in September 1948. She was an Olympic athlete and she competed on the pentathlon in 3 occasions, representing of course the Soviet Union. In the 1977 Olympics she broke the world record, but then in 1978 she was stripped of her title as record holder because of steroid usage. Which is kind of sad, right? But she didn't let sadness win, because in 1980, in the next Olympics, she broke the world record again. And not just that, but she broke the 5,000 point mark, which was something that had never been done in her competition. And after that, in the next Olympics, they had changed the competition from pentathlon to heptathlon. Meaning that our dear Olympian is going to be the world record title holder from now to eternity. She is always going to be the world record, and that cannot be taken away. Unless the Olympics chooses to have the pentathlon come back. So Robin, what at first I thought was a horrible article that got me into Wikipedia, turned out to be an actually great article, because it ties a little bit or very much into the topic of today's video. Because Robin, your answer to why we do things is that we do them for the sake of doing them. We just have to enjoy them for being what they are. And that could be the reasoning she had when she used steroids for the 1977 Olympics. Because she obtained the title. She became the world record, and then she was stripped of her title. Because in a way she was looking at it wrong. Yeah, she was living in the moment. She was trying to get that world record then and there, but she didn't think enough about the future. Yes, I know you said that we should think about the future and that we should have plans for the future and that we should have goals and ideas and of course morals and rules and everything. And you also said that balancing them would be the right thing to do, and I agree with you. Which is why today I'm gonna tell you why we do things in the second installment of the series. So now, without further ado, welcome to Victory Ville. Jordi, not so long ago I did some research about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is an investigation made by Brian Maslow, he wasn't called Brian, I will research his name, in which he explained why we behave like we behave, why we do the things we do. As humans, why do we feel drawn into doing what we do? And he came up with a series of needs that we satisfy, which guide every single decision we make. And he sort of accommodated them in a pyramidal way, meaning that if you pass one stage you could enter the next one. But that's been debated, because it's not necessarily that you have to pass one state in order to achieve the next one. It's just that one state is more basic to human needs than the other one, but the ones in the bottom don't necessarily matter more than the ones in the top. Abraham Maslow! He was called Abraham Maslow. But now let's dive into what Maslow said was the answer of why we do things. First, he mentions the physiological needs. The physiological needs are the ones that are required for human survival. For example, getting air, water, food, sex, sleep. And that's it, those are the main 5. Those are the most basic needs, because they just would allow yourself to pass your genetic code, and so you would be a successful individual in the evolutionary way of seeing things. The second way of explaining why we do things by Maslow was safety needs. Meaning that we have the need to feel not threatened. Then we have the social belonging needs, which are interpersonal. They are our intimate relationships with family, friends, or our partners. These are the needs that we have to communicate or to be part of a group. Just to feel like we are part of something, that we are not just there alone. We have to feel the company and we have to feel supported. And that is the third need that needs to be covered. The fourth driver of why we do things is our esteem, which are just valuing oneself. Then we have the cognitive needs, which are the knowledge needs. In fact, the need to obtain knowledge to learn. And this section right here, with the cognitive needs, is where Maslow divided them from immediate pleasure, which were all the ones before, to lasting pleasure. Which means that from here on out, there are things that we feel as pleasurable and that they continue to be pleasurable for an amount of time. They satisfy us in a way that stays with us. After the cognitive needs, we have what is called aesthetic needs. And those are the needs to appreciate, search, experience, or create beauty, by which it generally means art. This is where our artistic need comes in. We have the need to simply experience that beautiful thing, to travel, to experience new cultures, to witness the world as it is, to live and have the beauty surround us. We are able to search for it, experience it, appreciate it, and more importantly, create. We're able to create places and we're able to create art. And this is a need that we have to cover, and that gives us everlasting pleasure. Not only to us, but to the people who are able to experience what we did. Now we reach the penultimate part of the pyramid, which is self-actualization, which means that people have the need to fulfill their full potential. So here is where we find what we're good at and what we want to be, and we work hard to be as best as we can on it, like Olympians do. And this is one of the most important needs to cover. And now some, if not most of you, are wondering, then what's next? If you achieved your full potential, what comes next? What is it that is more important than everything that I am, than being the best I can? The ultimate need is self-transcendence, which means accomplishing a goal outside yourself, doing something selflessly, doing something for the sake of others and not the sake of me, being altruistic and helpful to a cause greater than I can ever imagine. Whether that is nature, humanity, knowledge, or spirituality, it is something bigger than me, and it's an objective and a need we as humans have naturally in us. Yeah, maybe it comes at last, but that isn't relevant because it is there. This is the ultimate need. This is what we should strive to be. This is why we do things. This is beautiful because even though at first we do things just to survive, as we slowly go up to the pyramid and we don't have to give attention to those basic needs, we are able to see what we truly desire, the true driver of what we do. And since most of people in the world, I know not everyone, are able to live without worries about their basic needs, then I believe this is generally why we do things. Or at least I believe this should be why we generally do things. But I have something to add, because Jordi, you challenged me to tell you one thing that I deemed worthy of writing. And that thing is this phrase: let's make smart, stupid decisions. What I mean by that phrase is that we are going to make mistakes, and we're not going to notice while we do them. But one day we're going to look back, realize how stupid the decision was. So the best thing that we can do right now is try to make the most smart, stupid decisions we can. There are things we don't know, there are things we cannot even imagine. The future is completely unimaginable. But we are able to use everything we know by now in order to make the most smart decision for us. Meaning that when we look back, we see the stupid decision and say, well, it was the best decision that I could have made. This minimizes mistakes, but it doesn't eliminate them. What it does eliminate is the guilt of not doing what we had to do. Is the guilt of not doing enough. And is the guilt of making a stupid decision that you could have avoided. And that is how I believe we should live our lives. But focusing it on what drives us. Focusing it on why we do things. We should make all of the smart, stupid decisions in our lives. But we have to do it towards the goal of transcendence. We should focus all of our efforts into making the world a better place. And soon enough, it will become a better place. And that is the mission I'm going into. That is what I'm going to try to do with my life. And that is what this channel stands for. Maybe it's not that clear now, but just you wait, because in the future, we're definitely gonna do our best. But right now, I can promise you that we won't use steroids, and that when we break the world record, we would have made the smart decision to do it fairly, and to follow the rules, and to make the world a better place. And that's it, bro and Jordi. That is everything I have for you today. And now for my challenge, well, I would like you to And for your challenge, I would like you to take a small or amazingly big action towards making the world a better place. Whatever it is, just make it better. I will do that challenge myself too in the next video. So that's it, and yeah, see you whenever I see you. Bye.